Peace, people. Welcome to the latest episode of the Rough Draft. I am your host, Kevin Savio, and in this episode, I'll be talking about my latest release, Knuckle Up. Thank you for tuning into this latest episode of the Rough Draft. Knuckle Up is finally here. It's finally been dropped. It's released. I finally dropped it on January 22nd, so it's been about a week since the book has been out. So the story is an action sports drama. It revolves around the main character, Mandinga Mason, known as the Manhandler. She is a female professional fighter. We actually meet her at the beginning of her story. It's about 2005. So she's actually fighting as an amateur in the Golden Gloves. We see her. She's being coached by her boxing coach named Old Man Mr. Willis. He was the one who actually introduced her to boxing, and so he sees a lot in her. She has a lot of potential. She has a lot of skills, and he really thinks that she's the one who could probably take women's boxing to another level, give it legitimacy, and just like really show it as the true sport that it really is. So after he sees her really dominating in the amateur ranks, he decides, well, she's got the goods. Let me take her pro. I want to manage her and make her a pro fighter. So, in order for him to do that, instead of just like dividing his time between Usain training her and also managing her, he decides to bring in one of his old fighters named Yusuf Johns. So, Yusuf is one of his old fighters from back in the day. He actually left his gym a number of years ago to say pursue other things in his life. And so Mr. Wells convinces him to come back and help him to take Mendinga to the pro level and just really dominate the sport. So when the two first meet, it's very contentious. They just really start butting heads with each other. Mandinga doesn't trust Yusuf. She's saying, "Who's this guy? Why'd you bring him in? I don't trust him." This, that, and the third. Yusuf, on the other hand, is like, "Yo, this girl's a hood rat. She's a knucklehead. She don't listen." You know what I'm saying? It's really hard, and so they just have a very contentious and tenuous relationship when they first start working with each other on her pro fighting career. But as the story goes, they actually start to learn more about each other and gain each other's respect. But a lot of it is that they both have like a lot of dark secrets and inner demons, and that might be something that leads to a problem like further down her career. So I'm just gonna leave my description of the book right then and there. So hopefully that'll entice you to want to buy it and read it. So I'm actually very proud of this project. It was originally written as a screenplay. I wrote it back in 2005. Unfortunately, I never got a chance to produce it. So the way that everything goes, I wanted to kind of keep it in that time frame when I decided to change it into a novel. So I kept it there, and especially because of the fact that I mean, not much has really changed. I mean, I still think that a lot of women's sports needs more respect than what they get. But also with this particular project, the genesis for it was really a number of female fighting movies, not just the actual sport itself. So. Girl Fight was an influencing factor. I actually loved that movie when it first came out. That movie starred Michelle Rodriguez. I guess that was her acting debut. There was also another film called Knockout. It starred Tony Plana and another Latina fighter. I can't remember her name. Like I said, the story was kind of and then there was also $1 Million Baby. I didn't really care for that film. I thought it was very overrated, and that's pretty much the reason why I wrote Knuckle Up. I mean, because despite all three films about female fighters, two were about Latinas, one was about a white girl, and I didn't see any other films, female fight films actually that starred sisters in them. So that was the genesis for what got me to write Knuckle Up. So well, that and the kind of the aftermath $1 Million Baby, because then you see all these dumb white chicks wanting to. Well, the local newspaper, because at the time I was living in New York, just kept on running these articles about like all these dumb white girls now they're influenced by $1 Million Baby. Now all them bitches think they can fight, which is kind of a line that I use in the book. So, I mean, I knew people who were fighters. I knew like the type of training that they go through. So I knew a lot of them who got involved in boxing because it felt like, yo, in the streets, like you need to be able to throw them hands. You see, it's survival. Not to mention, I know a lot of people who got involved in boxing because, like, they say, we all from the hood. And it's just like, son, I need to get the fuck out of the hood, find a way to feed my family. We need to be able to eat. So, thank you very much for tuning into this episode of The Rough Draft. If you want to buy a copy of Knuckle Up, the book is now available. If you want to buy it in paperback format, you can go to the outlets of Amazon.com, Create Space, Books a Million, and Barnes and Nobles. The book is also available in ebook format, so you can download it. You could go through Kindle, Nook, Kobo, iTunes, Scribd, and internationally through Tolino and Biblio. The book is also available for libraries, so you could go to the outlets of Overdrive, Hoopla, Baker Taylor, and Biblioteca. If you're watching this on YouTube, like the video, please leave a comment. I would love your feedback. Definitely subscribe to my channel and also press the notification button. That way you know when I drop my latest video. And also, like, check out the community section because sometimes I'll leave some stuff over there if you want to like catch up with whatever it is I'm up to. And I'm not able to drop a video, at least I'll have something in the comment section. So, again, thank you very much for tuning into this episode of The Rough Draft. As I always say, keep the fist raised. I'm always on my literary grind, and definitely please stay safe in these coronavirus times. We're like what at 430,000 people. It's like damn, almost 500,000 people are gone. So be careful, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.